industry experts. Where brings technology? Do you think technology will be a great enabler in integrating this?
Thank you, Devani ma'am. I feel technology will be, and in fact is, a very essential part for the vocational education, in the sense that, for example, the students who are, when we talk of the inclusion of the students, say a child who is slightly not able to understand the things the other members of the class are able to understand, and we as the principals or the heads of the schools need to ensure that even this child also is prepared for life, as ma'am said, for some job. So if I use technology, if I use a dance, for example, to make the child understand by some visual context, right? In that sense, even the slightly less understanding child would be able to understand the vocational part, number one. Number two, as a whole, when we talk of the technology, then say in the vocational studies, the various courses that you have got for the child, suppose say if you talk of the machines that are being used, or some machines which will be used, right? Or we talk of say painting coming up as a future course of action for the child. Now if you use technology, then I can paint on something, a board, without actually using the colors, and which can say help me in bringing out the career in future. That way the technology is must for vocational studies.
Thank you so much, sir. Well said. That hands-on learning experience becomes very important. Mr. Hachiman, I want to ask that vocational technical education has become a very comprehensive term. At what level would you encourage internships to technical institutes in your school, per se in your school? Ji sir.
Thank you very much. I would share with all that Bangladesh government has give a special emphasis how to promote technical education. Government affiliated school, all government affiliated school has give a special direction to open technical education from 9 to 11 or 12 level, so that our non-government organization will work together with our government, how we can promote vocational training institute, how we establish, how we set up, and so on. But in my school, still now, vocational is not existing, but I can expect and hope that within very short time, I open vocational training sector in our school.
Inshallah, that will happen, and I'm sure collaboratively India and Bangladesh will come up with a very, very robust program on vocational learning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My question next to is Jyoti ma'am. You're heading an institution, you're the principal of the school. Now, when you talk about vocational training, it's a very, very heavy word, vocational training. But the Sustainable Development Goals, and let me come straight to the National Education Policy, it talks about introducing vocational skills to the primary students. We can't tell them what is vocational. What are those 2-3 things which you suggest for implementing it?
Thank you, Devani ma'am, for giving me the opportunity. As the ma'am is talking about the vocational training, it is very important for all the children. Before, it was not being used in the schools. It was being used in the colleges, universities. But now, we are implementing from the school itself, and vocational means to just take out any of the hidden talent of the child and convert into its profession. So we have to develop the child from the childhood. So that is very important, and definitely every child is having one or the other skills. So it can be any of the skills which the child is having, and that is the child can opt and can convert into his or her career. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, you all know that even the persons who don't know, as ma'am was talking about the computers and mobiles, all the technical things, So we were not using all these things, and we use a lot. Even the person, even the children, even the mothers who was not into so much using that, we all become a techno-savvy, and it is very important. And it is very important for anyone to develop a skill, whether the child can go for carpentry, can learn any of the sewing machine, they can use it, they can convert into painting, and many subjects the board are giving the options to the children to opt, convert into their career, make their career. I think, ma'am, this is...
Thank you so much. I think very well explained and given us a lot of examples and insights into how we can integrate. It is important. Don't go by the word vocation as a jargon. Start helping students to imbibe the right kind of skills from the early age. Now, one of the...
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
if you permit, I would like to add a line over
Ji, ma'am.
here. Since as I am looking at the audience, most of you are preschool teachers, isn't it? So you have the wonderful opportunity to integrate formal learning and vocational learning together with the help of various role plays. Some of them were demonstrated yesterday in front of us, which we all appreciated so much. So continue doing the work in that line so that you are able to give a vision and a dream into the eyes of those little stars which you are having with you all.
Great. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
ma'am. Jayashree ma'am, my question to you is that we are all talking about to the primary level. Fine, we can introduce various aspects and various ways, various pedagogical techniques. Now let's talk about higher secondary students, secondary and higher secondary students, who will have to balance it. I've seen that the institutions or the schools where vocational learning, there are stipulated schools with vocational learning curriculum. Now there the child spends most of his time in hands-on learning experience. Here we will be relying only on internships. How will this be balanced in a regular school? Because we have integrated, but how will we balance out and how will we try to pitch this in to students of regular school as well?
Thank you so much. I think that's a very important question for us to understand, as in, secondary, senior secondary and higher up, how we do this particular integration. As in vocational course, we can introduce the course curriculum in terms of theory that can go hand in hand along with the scholastic or the core subject areas. But when it comes to the practical part of it, because they need to get interned. So this internship can always be happening during the summer vacation. That's one thing we do. The institutions, educational institutions who are offering the courses can get tied up with the industrial sector and place the students for the internship. That's one part of it. Second thing, economy. I think we must change our entire pedagogy into case study model as well as into research-based studies. Saying so, I think there can be questions, important kind of questions which are challenging the society, and children or the students of the who have chosen the particular vocation can work on them and then come out with certain solutions for it. This way, it's already happening in Hyderabad. There are many children who are absorbed into the industry as well. So they are paid, they are having, they are on paid internships. So this can happen as well.
Great insights, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes, we will have to, with the changing world, we are in the new normal, we are in a new world order. And this world requires not just adopting, but adapting. It requires being agile. It requires reinventing yourself. And hence, why not the curriculum, the pedagogies, and the way institution's function will have to be redesigned and reinvented. And with this we come to the end of our panel discussion. I think we had some very enriching sides from our panelists. Give a big round of applause to all our panelists, and I hope our audience would have had a great takeaway from today. Thank you so much, everyone.